Hey guys, in this session we'll be talking about Pandas library. These are the contents that we will be covering in this session. Let's first dive into understanding Pandas library. Pandas is an open source library which is used to control and manipulate data. Data scientists use Pandas on daily basis and really enjoy it because of its eloquent syntax and rich functionality. Pandas possesses the power to perform various tasks, whether it is computing task like finding the mean, median or mode of the data, or a task of handling large CSV files. Pandas can do it all. In short, to master data science, you must be skillful in Pandas. Now let's see how to install Pandas library. If you have pip installed in your system, then you can go to command prompt and type pip install pandas. You can even install pandas using in Jupyter Notebook. You should type the command ! followed by pip install pandas. If you execute this command, you will get your pandas installed in your system. Now let's import pandas library. You can execute the command import pandas as pd. So we use import statement from Python to import pandas and name pandas as pd. This is the generalized convention for importing library. Let's now talk about the key components of pandas. The first one that we'll be talking about is pandas series. A series in pandas can be thought of as a unidimensional array that is used to handle and manipulate data. Pandas series can be defined as a column in an Excel sheet. What makes it special is its index attribute, which has incredible functionality and is heavily mutable. Let's now look into parameters in pandas series. The first one is data. This is the value you want your series to possess. The second one is index. This is the index related to the value you use for the series. The third one is dtype, that is data type. This specifies the type of values in the series. And the last one is copy. This copies the data which was input. Now let's see how to create a series. Let the variable be ds1. pd is pandas library, which we have renamed it as pd. And we use the function series to create pandas series. This is the pandas series. So now let's see how to create a series with NumPy array. For that, we first need to import NumPy. Now we create NumPy array with variable name x, and we use the function array in NumPy library. Now let's create a series with NumPy array, that is x. So you have to type pd of series, the same function where you pass the NumPy array as parameter. And now let's display the pandas series. So you can observe the pandas series using NumPy array. Now let's see how to create a series from Python dictionary. For that, we have to initialize with a Python dictionary. So let's take y as a variable Now let's create pandas series from this dictionary, for which let's name the variable as ds3 pd dot the same function series of the variable will be y. And now let's print change the index of pandas series. For indexing in pandas series, first we will create a list. Let's name the list as L. L is equal to, since there are 3 elements in the pandas series, let's have 3 elements in the list. This is our list. We want this to be the index to the values, so we write the following code and run it. So pandas series takes one more parameter which is called index, and this index is mapped to the list L. You can see the index of the pandas series. It is named according to the list in the same order as it is mentioned here. Now let's see how to perform mathematical operation on the series. If you want to check the value to the corresponding index, simply use the command ds3 of the index. Suppose if we want numpy, we can just type L1. So you can see here you got it returned numpy. We can use the parameters to filter value in the series. So these are the elements. If we want the element above the value 3, we can just type ds1 of ds1 greater than 3. So you can observe here all the elements in ds1 which are greater than 3 are returned here. Next one is if you want to check a certain index is present inside a series or not, then you can use in function. Yeah, so L3, the index L2 is present in ds3, so it returns true. Now let's see a mathematical operation on pandas series. For example, if you want to multiply all elements by 5, let's take ds1 as mentioned here and let's multiply it by 5. You can observe that all the elements in ds1 are multiplied by 5. Now let's dive into the next topic, demonstration of missing values. First, let's create a list of indices. So let's have indices L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's create pandas series from Y dictionary. So let's print the dictionary Y. So it has 3 elements and we are passing 4 indices in pandas series. So let's type ds4 is equal to pd dot series of y with index is equal to L. So if you print ds4, 4 is a new addition and there is no value pertaining to it in the original series, that is y. Here the value 4 is represented as nan. Nan in pandas is a way to represent missing values. Now let's see how to add to series. Before that, let me display DS1. So these are the elements present in DS1. Let's add DS1 with itself multiplied by some number, some constant number, and you can observe that we can add two pandas series. Now let's see how to access a range of element in pandas series. Let's say we want to access the first two element of DS1. All we have to do is use the function range function in pandas. The code to access the first two element will be DS1 of is to 2. Therefore, the function basically works in a way series of x is to y, where x is the number for the first row of the range and y is the last row of the range. Now you can create and perform any task on pandas series. It is very important to learn a series concept to become a master in pandas. Now that you have understood how to use pandas series, let's understand how to use pandas data frame. Pandas data frame is a data structure in pandas which is made up of multiple series. Mainly, a pandas data frame can be compared to a two-dimensional array which is used to store and manipulate data. Let's now look into few of the parameters of data frame. The first one is data, the data from which the data frame will be made. The second one is index, states the index from data frame. The third one is columns, states the column label. The fourth one is dtype, the data type for the data frame. And the last one is copy, any copied data taken from the inputs. Now let's see how to create pandas data frame using dictionary. The dictionary data has already been initialized. Using this dictionary, let's create pandas data frame. Let's name it as df is equal to pd dot data frame, where d and f are capital. This is the function used to create data frame which is present in pandas library. Now we pass data, which is the dictionary, and let's print. So each value in the dictionary becomes a column in data frame. So you can observe each list has become a new column in this data frame. Now let's see how to access first few rows of data frame. Data frame name followed by head function, which takes in the parameter. If you want to print the first two elements of this data frame, you can pass the two value as a parameter, and you can observe that first two values are printed. Similarly, if you want last few rows of data frame, you have to type data frame name followed by tail function and pass the number. If you want two elements, two number, and last two elements will be printed. You can observe that last two element of the data frame is printed. Now let's see how to access the column in data frame. So you have to type df dot the name of the column. If suppose math, you can observe that the elements present in math column is displayed. There is other way to display the pandas column. You can type df of column name, and this will also print the elements present in that particular column, as you can observe. Now let's see how to access the rows in pandas data frame. To access the rows, you need to know the index of that particular row. Now if suppose you want to print the second element, let's take the second element of the data frame which has an index of 1. Now let's type the data frame name followed by log function and pass the index, that is 1. You should pass square brackets. Yeah, you can observe that the second element of the data frame is returned. Let's now look into various assignments and operations on data frame. Firstly, let's create a new data frame with name df2 pd.dataframe of, using the same dictionary data and the parameter column of the same columns present in data dictionary, in addition with one more column named CGPA, and let's print this. It is small s, or these names should match to the key of data dictionary. Yes, you can observe that all the elements present in first 3 columns are same as the elements present in first 3 columns here. And this column CGPA is the new column and it is not present in data dictionary. So it takes all the value as missing value and it is represented by nan in pandas data frame. So you can even assign value to this new row, new column. You can type df2 of CGPA is equal to 9. So if you pass a constant to this particular column and if you execute df2, you will observe that all the rows takes the same value 9. You can even create a pandas series called CGPA is equal to pandas series, using series function present in pandas. Let's take some value 9.2, 9.5, 9.7. Smart kids. So let's just assign it to the column CGPA is equal to small CGPA, that is the pandas series. Let's print. Now you can observe that the values are taken from the CGPA pandas series. Now we can even perform Boolean operations on the columns. Let's take an example of deciding the searching for a person who has CGPA greater than 9.5. Let's see who has, let's do this thing df2. If suppose distinction was above 9.5, hypothetical case, let's just type new column distinction is equal to df2.cgpa greater than 9.5. And now let's print this data frame. Yes, so you can observe that the first 2 elements are, the CGPA is not satisfying this condition, so it is false for the new column, and for the last element 9.7 is greater than 9.5, so it is true. Now let's see how to delete columns in data frame. Let's suppose we want to delete the last column in data frame. You should just type delete df2 of that particular column. Let's say distinction. We can just copy paste distinction, and you can observe df2. The last column has been deleted from the data frame. Now let's see how to delete row in pandas data frame. So you just have to type df2, that is data frame name, followed by a drop function which takes the parameter index as the parameter. So if suppose you want to drop the second element, that is the second row, you just need to type the index, that is 1. If you run this, you can observe that the row with index 1 has been deleted from the data frame. Now let's see how to take the transpose of the data frame. You just have to type the data frame name followed by t. So if you print this, you can see that the data frame has been transposed. So all the rows became columns and all the columns became row. Now let's see how to rename a column in pandas data frame. We use a rename function. Initially let's write the data frame name followed by rename function of column is equal to, suppose if you want to change student column name to S and math column name as M, English column name as E, and CGPA as GPA, and we are changing the actual data frame, so you will type in place is equal to true. And now let's print display df2 data frame. So you can now observe that all the column name has been changed to the respective ones. Now let's see how to set a list as an index of the data frame. Initially let's define a list for the index ind and name it as 1, 2, 3. These are the elements of the ind list. Now let's change the index of df. Int index is equal to id ind, and now let's print df. You can observe that the index has from numerical value has been changed to alphabetical value 1, 2, 3. Now let's see how to select values from data frame according to index. As shown before, we'll have the data frame followed by lock function with square brackets, and if you want to access the first element, you just have to type the index, that is O NE1, and you can observe that the first row has been displayed. Now we have gone through all the different functions and capabilities of data frame. This is very essential part of Pandas library, and it is absolutely necessary to understand all things thought. Hopefully this introduction to Pandas has helped you understand the power of the library. Pandas is an essential library for any data scientist or machine learning enthusiast. For further reading, you can go through the reference notebook attached to this video. Thank you.